Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us panel of local real estate experts in Central Florida get together to discuss the most interesting topics about what's happening in a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle and of course your real estate market updates because that is changing all the time. Before we get into introducing ourselves, let's cue the theme song. Kick things off with the fireworks, keep us in high spirits. I don't know about your locality in Central Florida or wherever you're watching from, but it's kind of rainy right now. So that's uh that's just kind of fun. I personally like a little rain to get my book read, and it's kind of like I don't have to turn on my sound soother app. I can just nature's doing this for me.
Exactly.
But anyway, let's roll into it. Appreciate if you comment, say hello, tell us where you're watching from. We always love to hear that. And of course, if you have any question for us, this is all about live engagement. Or if you're watching after we went live, shoot us a comment or our phone numbers. You can always call me, Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. I'm known as the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney. And then in the Brady Bunch Square next to me,
hi, I'm Sue Kopdiev, also with Florida in Motion Realty, and thanks for joining us tonight. They call me Aurora.
That's right. And then, of course, down below.
Hello, everyone. I'm Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion Realty, and I'm also known as Cinderella here on the Dream Team. Thanks for joining us here on our Wednesday night show.
Okay. So, yeah, we got some cool stuff. We're going to talk about some awesome listings that are close to Disney. There's some market updates, and you found a good market update that you want to share, Sue. I'm going to hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. Work. This is on, just so I don't forget to tell everyone, if you have more interest in this after I explain it to you, you can go to this website, mysafeflhome.com, and they will tell you about, there's a $280 million infusion of funding, which means new opportunities for people to take advantage of the MySafe Florida Home program. And so basically what this is we have there was a legislative session this year to ensure that Floridians could use the program to harden their homes against the storms. So it's for improvements, it's for updates, anything that a heavy duty tropical storm or a hurricane might come in and mess with. You have the opportunity to use some of this to apply for one of these grants and use it to, fortify your home, so to speak. There's a couple of, obviously there are some parameters that you have to fall into. The home has to be single family, detached, not a townhome or a condo. It has to be site built and owner occupied. So in other words, no manufactured homes. And you have to have your homestead granted on the property. So, and homestead is something we've talked about here on the team. If you want to know more about that, please go ahead and get a hold of us. The other thing that, the house cannot have an insured value of over $700,000. So you know what, that's a pretty good range. That's a lot of homes fall under that 700,000 category. And then the grant works on a reimbursement basis. If you are if you're a medium income or a little bit higher and you qualify in every other way, you can get up to $10,000. It will need to be paid back, and they will, obviously set you up with a program to do that. But the low income homeowners, they will be reimbursed 2/3 of the cost of any construction they do up to $10,000. I apologize, I said that wrong. And then if there's a low income grant, then subject to approval and appropriation, they are not required to provide a matching amount to receive the grant funds. So, there's a lot of homes in Florida that, maybe have never incurred any, wind or storm damage. But if it's an older home or you're in an area that is a little more prone to having, a little maybe wide open, a little more prone to having the hard winds come through, this might be something that you can look into and might help you. So again, it's mysafeflhomes.com. And yeah, so take advantage of that.
Thank you, Sue. Fortunately, when we're primarily operating out of Central Florida, a lot of times those hurricanes that do, affect our state, sometimes they'll lessen in degree of category when it comes to us. But, still just to know where you're at, what the historical weather trends have been in your area. And we can go through all that over with you as just kind of area experts and set you up with resources like this, just so you have some better peace of mind. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. Another thing I want to share is we've been talking. Oh, hello. We got a comment here. Hi, Mallory.
Hi, Mallory.
Appreciate you saying hello to all of us. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I think you are a recurring watcher. And so, hey, when you comment, makes us recognize you, makes us feel good about seeing you and being part of it. So that's really awesome. I hope you're having a great evening. Thanks for making us part of it. But as I was saying, we've been talking a lot about Celebration, Florida, Kissimmee, Florida, kind of those areas where they're right in where Disney is, just like mere minutes away. Okay, almost walking distance, maybe not quite. But there are some other areas that we can promote that we're having a great time. I don't want to not talk about Windermere, and we have a beautiful listing out in the Windermere area that is a 5-bedroom single family home, 3.5 bath, over 3,000 square feet. It's got some big yard, and of course has a nice garage and a long driveway. Checking a lot of the boxes, something over 3,000 square feet in some of those areas I talked about with all those features. Could be even $1 million house in this economy in Central Florida. So to be able to get this and be like 20 minutes away from Disney attractions like Disney Springs and right into the Hamlin outlets with all those trendy shops and restaurants of Winter Garden, that's a great area and a great community for like a price point that is something that could maybe be a little more affordable than some of those others. So we just want to keep those locations in mind. So I will show you now the video tour of 14654 Yellow Butterfly Road. We've got it listed at $799,000, just got on the market. So please, let's get a taste of Windermere. Awesome.
Beautiful.
And one thing that's kind of cool to remember is that Windermere area also is known for like its lake water access for some of those communities. They pride themselves on having just you take your boat out to the dock, and maybe it just is parked in your garage, or you got a little space out for it, and you just have boat life on the lake. There's that lifestyle there too. One thing I like about that home. Oh, somebody's commenting it. Say, what a lovely home and a nice background too. And I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, for that price, like in certain areas like Celebration, Florida, where I see this person commenting, Disney Celebration, Florida, 1994. Love your username on YouTube.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's where we're based out of. Our office, it's in 1994. So it was the founding of the town. So I catch your reference there. So thanks for saying hi. But yeah, in a home like that, if that was in that town that was built by Disney, it would probably be like well over $1 million. Yard space is a coveted commodity. That had 2 closets, primary bedroom. And I love to see that 3.5 bath, because sometimes with these single family homes, even if they're 4 or 5 bedroom, they'll have like your nice primary bedroom that has the closet and the bathroom to itself. Right. And then like 3 bedrooms upstairs will share like 1 bathroom or something.
Exactly.
I hate floor plans like that. So I'm sorry, but it's especially if we see people, they have all daughters and they're like fighting like wolves over the one sink bowl to like do their makeup and get ready to have their morning or their school or their night out.
Yeah.
So, what are you insinuating, Elijah? What was that? What are you insinuating?
My euphemisms were a little insensitive.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. It's very
I'm just saying, that's what I hear about daughters. I don't have one, but
I only had 2, and yes, that's the way it works. So.
Oh, okay. So you were just testing me.
I was testing you.
Okay. So Dune Buggy Jim, thank you for coming. I love to see all these comments. Hey y'all, happy Wednesday at Universal City Walk this rainy evening. Yeah, it is a little bit rainy out, but hopefully you found someplace cool to grab a bite. And yeah, City Walk. You're always doing something cool when you watch this show. I mean, seriously, when I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm like just lounging in a position on a couch that's bad for my posture or something. You're like out living life, So thank you, Dune Buggy Jim. Thanks for your comment. All right, next item we wanted to talk about here, and of course, if you're interested or anyone you know is interested in that listing, please give me a call. Be happy to give you more information about it. It's real easy to set up a tour. It's a beautiful home, and in Windermere. So pulling this up. I'm having a little trouble with my stage today. Here we go. All the world's a stage. So CNBC has ranked their annual strongest state economies, and they're just kind of saying like that just means like it's best prepared for a recession, and there's all these other metrics that they're using if the worst happens. And basically, as far as the state economies were ranked, they went number 10 is South Carolina, and you got Georgia, you've got some southern states in there who neighbor us. NYC's New York is number 5, Texas number 2, and Florida's number 1. And apparently this is the 3rd year in a row that Florida is number 1 for strongest economies of states in the U.S.
Awesome.
And basically they saw we got like a $1.34 trillion GDP, economy score of 363 out of 445. I guess that's like an A+. I can't pretend to know what that 445 number means, but job growth, of course, great. We're in the green with a 1.4% job growth. And then when we kind of zoom in on the metrics that went into that ranking, our economy is number 1, our workforce is number 2. There's a lot of things that make us strong. I think business friendliness, we're like about in the middle, and technology and innovation, we're early up there. Access to capital, number 3. So there's a lot of things that are really strong about us in this CNBC poll. Just something to think about when it comes to like which state, or if you're coming from a state and you want to make sure you're in a good economy, you're in a good situation. There's metrics that are not even cited here where Florida is really strong as well, like tourism. We've covered topics of like Orlando is the best foodie city in America, where great place just as far as just lifestyle is concerned. And I saw that we were like number 1 on like best state for or even city of Orlando for like entrepreneurs. So yeah, there's a lot of things that really are setting us apart. If you want to consider us here, we got no state income tax. And yeah, it's just there's all kinds of interesting conversations brewing.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to report on things like they're happening, but when your governor's talking about getting rid of property taxes and stuff, that's kind of a interesting thing to hear them spending their time thinking and talking about. So we'll definitely continue to report if conversations like that get any more serious.
Yeah, definitely.
But when it comes to actually making your move out here, I wanted to share something that Virginia pulled up that was about making your house feel like a home once you're settled here.
Yeah, so we're always kind of talking about things that people can do to their home, whether they've just purchased it and they want to make some changes, or they're looking to put it on the market and maybe doing some things to upgrade certain spaces in the home. So we've seen that home improvement projects have been significantly on the rise since 2020. And within those projects, kitchen renovations are the most popular. And being the most popular, they are also have the highest budgets for people typically. And, you want to make your kitchen more organized, and therefore it's more functional. So here are just some tips about what you can consider doing if you are looking to improve your kitchen space. So first and foremost, we want to talk about storage, increase the storage, kind of making the most of like those dead areas, like maybe putting in a corner cabinet, places where you think like nothing can fit, but no, there's ways to kind of utilize all of the space and make it more functional. They're saying that if you organize your utensils and dishes around the sink or dishwasher, obviously that makes it the ease of use, obviously when you're preparing food. Utilizing drawers and cabinet organizers, just again, making sure that you're thinking of every way that you can use each space so that it functions the best way possible and it's the most organized for you to find things easily and get around the space. Adding shelves to cabinets. If you're doing a custom build, you can do whatever you want, but there's also, even if you buy a standard cabinet, there are ways to add shelvings and maximize the space.
I like this one. Organize your garbage.
I know. Organize the garbage. I thought too. I'm like, what does that mean? But they're saying
the bananas.
Right. Or just furthermore, like having the drawer that pulls out with the garbage can, and maybe a space for 2 or 3 cans, one recycling, one trash, one whatever.
I like that when there's the pull out and then the 2
so do I.
bins.
Yeah, because then it's kind of hidden, but it's still right there. So it is definitely really functional.
Yeah.
We
have that in our kitchen, and it's priceless. I'm telling you.
It's nice to not have to kind of walk around and look at a garbage can all the time. I mean, just if it lends itself, that's definitely a way to go. Kind of creating continuity in the room. Like if you have an open concept, you just kind of want to have the space in your kitchen kind of mirror the other open spaces in the home, so everything flows nicely into one another. A suggestion is creating a beverage station, maybe like a little shelf for the coffee and tea, and maybe a mini fridge for kids' drinks, just for ease of use, kind of out of the way. And then this is a good suggestion, a workspace in the kitchen. A lot of times, we're in the kitchen all the time making lists for things or catching up on emails or things like that. And so a designated space to kind of have that function going on is definitely useful for people.
Some of those kitchens are built in with like that nook or that.
We see that a lot in homes. That have the already built-in nook.
That's
for the computer.
You make your kid do the homework there while you're cooking dinner, and you're just making sure that they're not on their phone too much or going on to fun YouTube.
I know, because inevitably everybody ends up coming into the kitchen anyway.
Yep.
It's always the most popular space in the home. So why not have it be the most functional as well?
Well, when you're a good cook like you are, it's popular. If you're not,
exactly.
If me, it's not so popular. Everyone avoids.
Well, and for people who work from home, we work a lot from home. It's nice to be able to set your laptop or your iPad or whatever it is in that little space, so you can
Mhm.
cook and you can do
Yeah.
dishes, but you have to take a minute and go over and take care of something on the computer.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I like it. Those are
Absolutely.
really good suggestions. I like the one about mirroring the spaces so it flows.
Yeah.
That really makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there's this other talk, murmurings and potential traction here, where it's like this iDrive tunnel is being discussed for the Orlando area. I mean, you might not guess it, but being a realtor involves a lot of discussion about traffic as well. Like you're listening to the
That's
morning
true.
weather report on talk radio or something. It's like it's a big factor in people choosing their house. Some people, because that's what we mean by location.
Yeah.
It's your work commute, it's what you're close to, it's your daily life. And so, if there's anything that our municipalities are doing to alleviate traffic, that's
Mhm.
great, because it makes more areas more desirable and more livable, and housing is better for everyone.
Definitely.
So basically, there's this company that is like called the Boring Company, but it's worked with Tesla in the past, and you might have heard about these like underground tunnels where Teslas can just like self-drive or something. And basically, it's like this lane underground. They've already got it going in like Las Vegas since 2021. They
Mhm.
just kind of zoom these cars like 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
And so basically, uh, it's just one way to keep vehicles off the road, to get rid of some of that traffic congestion. And it's in addition, like I've heard people talking about adding more routes for the Brightline train, getting some of those railroads done. So you're just trying to get as many incentivized people to be off the roads, above surface, of course. And yeah, it just kind of sounds like this is a good idea that could work. They talked about, I know that Musk was saying like, oh, we want to find a way to engineer it so that tunnels will work in California, even though, it's so prone to earthquakes and stuff. And,
Earthquakes.
I don't know how much traction they really got on that, but, Florida could maybe be a little more conducive to that. It's something that, they're talking about, and we'll definitely keep you updated on this, because they were saying that like this could cost like $14 to get someplace, and honestly they said like it would be better than even just taking an Uber if you factor in the costs. So that's something to think about. Get you to I think they were saying like airport to iDrive. And just one more update that can add to Florida's ease of lifestyle, quality of life, so that we can rank even higher on the CNBC's metrics to just safely keep our number one status, of course.
Well, and who would not want the opportunity to go 100 miles an hour in a Tesla? At least one.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
I saw that.
I
like,
get in line.
I have not done it yet, but I've seen like the self-driving stuff. It's even a car that I recently had to change my driving, my car for work, and it has like some feature where it can park itself, and it uses satellite to like monitor from above and all angles. And I have yet to be brave enough to actually let
To
the thing
test it?
drive itself and park itself yet. But I know that it can, and I know that it's the future, and eventually it's not going to be weird anymore. And they're going to give all the statistics will be out that it was more safe now than it ever was when normal people drove. And what were you all scared of? But in the meanwhile, it's still something we gotta get used to.
Yeah, for sure. It's a little weird.
Definitely.
Well, those are the topics that I had. I'm looking at the chat, see if we missed anything. I think we shouted out everyone who said hello. And of course, the comment section goes on forever after the stream with our phone numbers. If you ever want to write us down or ask one of us about a topic we covered, or ask us about just the general market, we'd love to work with you. That's what we're here for. And as for any of our podcast listeners, I think sometimes we want to do you a favor by shouting out our numbers out loud. So Elijah Lewis is talking right now with this wonderful voice. It's very very soothing. And I'm happy to help you out at 407-922-0587.
And I am Sue, who's talking, and I am 407-334-7770.
And this is Virginia. And if you call 407-487-9960, I'm happy to help you with any questions.
Awesome. Well, I think we're going to give you guys your Wednesday night back. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back next Wednesday to share even more. Or you can catch the Friday stream, of course, where we give you like an evergreen video where we go in down and share quite a lot of extensive coverage on areas of Central Florida for you to be familiarized with all the different markets. So, all right. With that,
please
I'm
like
going
and
to
subscribe. And subscribe.
It helps out a lot. If you hit the like button, it sends us out in the algorithm to get recommended to more people, helps the channel grow, and it helps us to be able to continue to give you the good content. So if you subscribe and like, it's a huge way to say thank you to us, even if you didn't really have any question to throw into the comment section. So I'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to sign us off, and you'll have a wonderful evening.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.